And hello everybody, welcome back to LFC News. Liverpool back to winning ways and of course winning in the FA Cup. A weird one because, well, we literally played at the same stadium, pretty much the same team but a different outcome. We didn't change too much. However, I would say one of those key players was of course Andy Robertson. I thought he played fantastically well, but also ynwa. And if you're a subscriber, Panenka, we've got a big breakdown coming on him very, very soon. Now, whilst it's good to get back to winning ways, it has been the story of our season, let's be perfectly honest. Winning games, losing games, and drawing games. We've just been super inconsistent, and you don't really know what you're going to get from us. However, it is a bit of a remit for us to try and end the season with a trophy of some sort. I hope the Champions League. However, of course, the FA Cup is also vitally important as well. And obviously, we find ourselves going into the next round of the competition. But up until then, we've now got Champions League football coming up against Galatasaray. And we do need to make sure we stop having blips. We're actually not too bad recently. Performances would say otherwise. However, we got 4 wins from 5 games, and we bounced back against this Wolverhampton team. Now, I just want to provide you with a bit of an update. And that's with regard to Alexis Mac Allister. And Alexis Mac Allister has been very, very good for us so far this season. And he was helped off of the pitch by medical staff during the 3-1 victory. However, after the game, Arne Slot provided a bit of a big update. As stated, the Wolves' forward's trailing leg caught the midfielder's foot and required him to get treatment on the pitch, with the director of medicine, Jonathan Power, attending to him. Now, while it did spark immediate concerns of an injury, in his post-match press conference, Arne Slot confirmed that he isn't likely to be injured and will likely be ready to go very, very soon. We, of course, seen Florian Wirtz return to the fold as well, which is also very good news. I think we've missed that sort of creativity from Florian Wirtz, but certainly good to see that we've not got an injury issue there with Mac Allister. So good news all around, and of course, into the next round of the competition. So super happy. Next up for us is Galatasaray, and we need to be making sure that we not have any more of these blips. We can't be having blips because all of these games are crucially important. If you look at the league, the race for the Champions League spot's important financially and just for the prestige of playing in the competition. But I think, with Liverpool, you can never rule us out in the Champions League, but we can't have those same performances like we did against Wolves in the Premier League. So let's see what this week brings us. In this section of the video, we will go over our 5 biggest takeaways from our 3-1 win over Wolves on Friday night. Liverpool pulled off the revenge mission over Wolves to progress with a 3-1 win in the FA Cup, as ynwa stole the show, but the warning signs still linger. Number 1. ynwa proved everyone right, started at last and picked up man of the match. A composed, mature, electric performance, every box ticked, good in and out of possession, and didn't once look like a teenager playing against men. Arne Slot will now have a sizable headache when it comes to reconsidering how much to increase the game time of the 17-year-old. The expectation is huge, yet this schoolboy keeps delivering again and again. Number 2. Liverpool's possession obsession is still too slow. The Reds leave Wolverhampton with a healthy scoreline, but before the hosts keeled over, we did see a pretty familiar pattern unfold. The first half panned out in much the usual manner, Liverpool banking endless amounts of possession and doing next to nothing with it. Slot has always championed possession and control. He has the accolades and silverware to back it up. Yet Liverpool are hardly mirroring the Man City of old, who could kill a team by 1,000 cuts. The slow burn of possession, when done correctly, builds like a tidal wave and crashes down upon an opponent once they've ran out of legs. Liverpool are still at risk of over-sanitizing their possession and coming away with little despite getting the job done here. The greatly improved second half performance needs to be the blueprint going forward. Number 3. ynwa's success sums up Liverpool's unpredictability issue. Unpredictability is what Liverpool really do not have anymore. Granted, with the likes of record signing duo Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak out of the team, there is some explanation for this. In an ideal world, Liverpool would be now reaping the benefit of months of football in the legs of both players, but the injury injury gods have had other plans, and so Liverpool have been left as a rather one-dimensional, predictable outfit. Ability-wise, they're better than almost everyone, but that counts for little when lesser opposition know exactly what you're going to do. It comes as no surprise then to see ynwa shining so brightly. The Wonder Kid fizzes with flair and his markers have no clue what he's going to do. Like Liverpool last season, who had an unknown style set down by a new manager, ynwa can use the element of surprise very much to his benefit. Number 4. Switching things up is delayed by Arne Slot. This is rather ironic, given large portions of the season so far have seen the theme of shotgun substitutions all coming on together in the latter stages. Liverpool and Slot aren't exactly following that mantra anymore, but things are being left rather late before the game plan is tweaked. Far too often now have we seen a very weak and lackluster first half, showing being followed by exactly the same 11, set up in exactly the same way for the second period. Keeping things consistent is obviously important, but it's not important at all if your plan A doesn't appear to be working. Slot comes away from this fixture vindicated given Liverpool found a purple patch just before the hour mark and put the game to bed. But against more superior opponents, it's easy to envisage that such an upturn would have been much more difficult. Number 5. The Szoboszlai fullback project continues to confuse. Liverpool's nailed-on candidate for player of the season so far has done an admirable job of filling in across the backline, but Szoboszlai remaining at right back despite the introduction of Jeremy Frimpong was a peculiar one. There is an obvious case to be made for the raw pace of the Dutchman making sense to terrorise the wing in the latter stages, but Szoboszlai remained pinned to the wider areas as a result. The first half saw the Hungarian limited as Liverpool repeatedly recycled the ball out wide in hope of feeding the wingers in behind. The final balls came to nothing and the process was copy and pasted again and again until the half-time whistle sounded. It feels like a sticking point which needs to be addressed going forward. Impeding the momentum of your most in-form player is never ideal. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.